Well, hello. Welcome to Hairdo Day at Susan at Seaside Stitches. And welcome to my channel. Thanks ever so much for anyone who's ever done a view of my video, anyone who's done a like, anyone who is subscribed. Thank you so much. If you'd like to subscribe and you're not subscribed, it's absolutely free, but it's entirely up to you. And this is a place where I talk about sewing and all things related to sewing that I can think of. This is my Friday sews for the 26th of September 2025. So I'm just bringing you up to date with my week. I'm not actually going to be sewing, I'm going to be talking about sewing. I will pop in a couple of pictures of what I've been doing, and I do have a video of how I'd kind of just gently put together a gentle video of basics that I'd used to put together the Davenport dress that I was making for the Sew Phoenix September 25 challenge, and I can talk about how that's gone just in a little while. I just want to say I'm not wearing Me Made today, which is very, very unusual for me, but I wanted to just have just a simple dress that I could pull on, pull off, pull on, pull off, because I'm trying things on and off all day today. That's my role today, is to try things on and sort whatever else needs doing. So this is I'm absolutely loving this make. It's ME 2016. I may not have shown it you for a few weeks, but when I started this, I really loved how it was coming together. I altered the bodice a little bit, lowered the neckline a little bit, and I'd made another one and I was really pleased with it. Excuse me, and done this one in baby cord. So the only thing I've been having a little bit of problem with is just it's not as fitted as I like it, just under the bust. So I wasn't sure. I've got a good fit over the bust, but it doesn't really do a lot for me. So I just need to do a little tweak here and here, which is why I've pulled this little seam apart, and I'm going to go into that again today. I've left it for a few days because I was working on something else. And actually, yesterday and the day before were real hard slog days, not sewing, but tidying and sorting. We hadn't had a viewer for the house for some weeks, and we got into old ways of just living, and also partly through lots of other sorting. So there were things all over the place, and it took quite a bit of time and energy to get everything back where it needed to be. And we had some viewers and they were lovely, and I don't know if they'll come back, we never know. And so that's what the last 2 days were. But in the afternoon I did manage to cut out my second entry, which will be my second entry if I get it finished by Tuesday, for the Sew Phoenix, hashtag Sew Phoenix September 25, which is trying to get Rise from the Ashes, something that you made before, you didn't do a massively good job of it, or you feel like what you know now you could benefit by seeing that in another garment. And actually that's what I was doing with this one, which I'm just showing you that much. It isn't going to work for me, and the thing that I am very confident about now that I was less confident about before was that I'm not going to finish it as it should be. So I already made an alteration in basting the skirt to the top without putting the casing in, and I wanted to know how this would look just gathered if I put elastic casing behind or whatever, and it isn't me at all. So I'm really pleased that I didn't put the casing on, because that meant I wouldn't be able to have used the skirt in the way I'm going to use it now. So I'm taking it apart. I'm telling you this, but I'm taking it apart. I had lengthened the bodice by 1.5 inches, so it will be a cropped bodice on me. But it will be lovely with, I have a couple of high-waisted black skirts, and I really feel like that would make a lot of use out of it. It only needs the elastic in this, and I did use a different sleeve for it. I wasn't happy with the sleeve that I had in it, and there were 2 or 3 other people who'd given feedback on their makes when they reviewed the pattern ages ago, that they found a little pulling or feeling like the sleeve was twisted, and I felt the same. So I made the decision to import a sleeve, which I often do, but I do love the colour. I love the way you make it. It went together really easily, and you just follow the instructions and everything's there for you. So it isn't wasted. None of this is wasted like my other one. And I only spent £30 to get to this point this time, not 62. So, yeah, so basically I'm showing you that. And as it hasn't risen from the ashes, I'm not going to enter it into So Phoenix. So that's that. And I'll just pop this over here. And then I have just shown you this one. So what I was about to say about this one was I am again importing a sleeve for this one. Just let me see if I can just find that sleeve, because I've put everything away again then. So that is the pattern and that is the sleeve, as I'm sure you can see, and I'll just expand that when I do my editing. And there is the back view of those sleeves. Now I don't want those sleeves on this dress. I never did. That's not why I was making it. I'm trying to recreate something that I had, that my mum made for me when I was 15 or 16. It's possible that I wore it out to a pub. Anyway, we don't need to go into that. But it was a midi dress, which weren't massively in fashion about that time. And so I just really, I felt great in it. I felt really grown up in it. I felt great in it. And it was a soft kind of a brushed cotton. It was dark and it was black, a black background, but it had all kind of psychedelic coloury things on it. And I wanted to recreate it just over this last year. I've been thinking about it quite a bit. And I think it was Alison at So Like Dotty was wanting to recreate something from her era of being out and about in the 80s, I think that was. And mine was being out and about in the late 60s and early 70s. So, yeah, it's kind of, wouldn't have called it that then, but it was kind of a boho, if you like. But it had puffy sleeves and it went down into a cuff. And that's what I want, like a proper bishop sleeve where it is actually gathered down into a cuff, so a long-wristed cuff. So that's what I want to do. I want to find that sleeve today, because tomorrow I will prepare that sleeve today. I may even put it together, I'm not sure. Depends how much time I have. And I will insert the sleeve at the sewing social that I'm going to tomorrow in Preston. So I'm really pleased about that. And that's given me a focus. And also the bodice is lined in this. So this actually doesn't show through when it's in place, the lining. But it's only the bodice, and what the rest of the time, if I get the sleeves in okay, then what else I can do is hand stitch the bodice to around the sleeve cap and under the, taking above the waist seam to encase the waist seam, which is gathered, etc. I don't know if I'm making sense, but yes. So I can pin that in place while I'm there. If I've got time, I can do some of the hand sewing on it. And that's the way I wanted to finish it. I have finished it by overlocker, so I know I can turn it in, if you like, without it all fraying apart. So that is my hope for tomorrow. And I hope I have finished it then, because it's all hemmed and everything. Oh, that's all it needs. And I'll be able to show it you next week. So that's one lovely thing. Now I wanted to say a little bit more about what Friday Sews is. Friday Sews is just a group of people. It's a hashtag, it's a community created by Jen at Today in Jen's Sewing Room. Jen lives in Florida, and she has recently shared a new update on her sewing room. Now she has been sewing for many, many years, and she had it just how she liked it, but really recognised that there were ways that it could be tweaked. And what a job she's done on it. It was so inspiring. I'm so grateful. So I did watch it. I did comment. I got a comment back. But I really do urge you to have a look at it. It's slightly different, as in she's got some raised desks and she's got things that come out on wheels. It just, because I'm moving my sewing space shortly, well, could be next year, we don't know, and I will be in a much smaller space, I have to think very, very wisely about how I get how I achieve the sewing needs I have. So it was quite inspiring, some of her ideas, and it's kind of breaking away from what you think you've always needed to actually looking at it in a different way. So thank you, Jen, for starting the community, hashtag Friday Sews, and also thank you, Jen, for your brilliant video. It was it's left me kind of with lots of pings going on in my head. Anyway, the other thing that I'm making now is the Orage dress. I'm just looking around if I've got the pattern. No, because it's an online pattern, it's a PDF. I'll pop in the line drawings for the Orage dress, and not a great deal of people have made it and put it on YouTube or Instagram as far as I know. I haven't found many people. When I searched before and tried to make part of it. Anyway, I'll just show you what I'm talking about. Okay, so basically it is a top with, I kind of call it an eyelet really. But what I did wrong in these first two instances, this was my second one after I'd done, there were several versions, so you can do a crop top, you can do a skirt, you can do a full dress, you can do a long kind of this length to down over your hips. I think there's a short sleeve and a long sleeve, but basically the idea is this part. You can also have just a t-shirt, kind of a fitted top that doesn't have the eyelet but just has a lower squarish neck. When I first did this, all I had was it's stretch, it's either cotton jersey, I think it's cotton jersey or it's viscose jersey, but it's quite structured. It doesn't have much stretch at all, and I have to really pull it hard to get it on and off over my head. But when I made this, it all curled up here. What I've had to do so that this isn't open and I've only got that gap is I had to sew it down each side because it did start to furl up, and it's hard to explain it, but this one I've managed to attach it in a slightly different way, and I've caught it in different places so it doesn't do it as much, and I've been more intense on sewing the binding down. Isn't meant to be as I've done it because it kept curling up like Elvis's lip when he would be doing I can't do it, but if you move about it, kind of like, I don't know, it's like it would do a sneer at you, and it was very strange. But this one was even worse. It was as in fabric choice, this is a French terry, so I shouldn't have used it. It was meant to be for something with at least a 6-inch, I think it's 6-inch stretch. It's definitely supposed to be a two-way stretch, and if it's not got lycra or spandex or whatever in it, you're going to struggle a bit. So this is, I love this on me, and I love to wear it, but it's slightly different from what the pattern says. And it's funny, I've got a keyhole one today, but as I say, this is not, and I've got a slip underneath just because I need the slip underneath because of what I'm keep trying on. And I don't know why I even mentioned that, but that's why I look a bit raggedy. I just, like I say, it's just an on and off, clothes on and off day. And yeah, so you can see this is a little bit heavy on there, but it is really nice. But I obviously couldn't have anything this fabric round the neck, so I just swapped that out for some cotton jersey with more stretch, with cotton lycra jersey, probably from Jenny Stitches, I think. It was just a piece left over that I had, so that's why I've not kind of finished it fully, because I kept also wondering, would I be better with the purple? I did buy some purple for it, but I didn't use the purple. Would I be better with this? Would I be better with that? So that's just me. Okay, so I'm just telling you what I'm actually making is the full dress. So the full dress is waisted, it cuts off there, and then it has a flared outskirt, no gathers, a flared outskirt, but the bottom is high-low, but at the front and at the back. and I really don't want that, particularly as the fabric that I'm using, which is this one, is white on the back. So if it's hanging down below my knee from the front and from the back, it will be seen from either the back or the front, won't it? For the other aspects of it will be floating about and white at the lower edge as it flips about. So I decided I was not doing that. So I've carefully marked off the length from the side and gone across the bottom in stages and made the curve, as I don't want to keep mulling about with it because it will stretch out of shape. So I just want to keep that there. And it's very possibly a little bit too short on me then for the effect that I want. So I have got enough to put a frill on the bottom. So it's all cut out now. Oh no, I've just got one piece to, I've got that's either the front or the back skirt. They are identical. So I have the other piece to cut out, and then that's done. And then I have enough to put a frill on should I wish to. So I'm looking forward to being able to show you that as well, because if I finish it by the 30th, I will input that as an entry to the hashtag SewPhoenix September 25. Okay, so that's really what my week has been, and yesterday was all about cutting this out, and I was so pleased that I managed to get tidy in here, not have to walk around things and keep tripping over them, and feel a sense of, and it's also, I didn't want to just rush at shoving them somewhere. I wanted to know, I would know where they were, and also some of them weren't staying, so I needed to know which weren't staying and which were going. So it was a big process really, Wednesday and Thursday, as I say. I think that's mostly me now. I mean, I'm hoping you are having some good weather. We have had good weather. Possibly it's ending tomorrow, but also that you've been having some good sewing time, and you're happy with your sewing space, the way you've made it, and also aware of any tweaks you might want to make, whether they're makeable or not. And also that I don't know how many of you are working on something for the SewPhoenix September 25 challenge, and I'd love to know if you're doing something too. So this feels like I will have mastered the issues that I came across because of not using the right fabric, and now I know how essential it is to actually use the right fabric, because I gave it 2 goes and they didn't do what I wanted them to do. So although I've managed to be lucky and get exactly what I want out of this one for just a nice cozy but elevated sweatshirt if you like, it's very bright and bubbly, and I did have some left, and I did use that at the beginning of the year to make a toaster sweater with the high neck, and so I get 2 goes at what I got. I get 2 goes at that length of fabric, don't I? That's when I was doing use what you have, and I did that mostly use what you have until June. So I'm really pleased with myself about that, and I bought this fabric from Little Legs Fabric, and yes. So I'm just going to leave you there, I think. I don't know how long I've been speaking, but I have got a lot to do today, as I say, because I've also got to pack my machine, get my thinking head on for what I need to take with me to be able to sew and put in a sleeve and hem the, I want to say binding, the lining, and hem the lining. So that's me sorted, and I've got a few things that I want to take to swap, and I'm also building up some new patterns that I haven't shared with you, some big 4 patterns. So on another video I will be doing that, sharing those with you and seeing how far I get with managing to make those with what I have in my stash. Oh, and the opening, the unboxing I did on my last video was me unboxing my own subscription box. I have my own subscription box, Seaside Susan's subscription box, which is just for me, put together by me. I have a box in which I place on the 1st of each month a piece of fabric from my stash, the notions and thread for using it for a certain pattern that I also add, and then I see on the 15th, I close that up, put in a little treat for myself, close that up and then open it again on the 15th, and if I want to make that pattern still, when I get it, then I will make it up. And that's how I ended up doing the Davenport dress. I was already going to do that with that fabric, and this Sew Phoenix challenge came up, and I thought, well, that helps me not change my mind about it. It helps me, yes, that really is a good idea, Susan, because maybe you will get a better garment next time. But it wasn't to be, it wasn't the fault of the pattern, it wasn't my fault or my skills, it was that pattern does not suit my shape and my vibe at this current time. Okay, bye for now. Hope you have a great week. See you soon. Susan at Seaside Stitches saying bye-bye. Okay.